Do I still get benefits if I work part-time? Imagine this. You cut back your hours at work. Maybe you're balancing school, childcare, or health needs. Instead of 40 hours, you're now working 25 or 30. The paycheck shrinks, and suddenly another question looms. Do I still get benefits if I work part-time? For millions of Americans in retail, food service, healthcare, and office jobs, this isn't a hypothetical. It's daily reality. Employers often use part-time status to limit benefits, while workers struggle to understand what they're entitled to. Some benefits are legally required regardless of hours. Others depend on federal law, state law, or company policy. In this video, we'll break it all down. Health insurance under the Affordable Care Act, ACA, retirement protections under ERISA, family leave under the FMLA, state-level benefits, and what workers can do when employers try to cut benefits with reduced hours. When it comes to benefits, part-time status sits in a gray area. The law protects some rights, but many benefits remain optional unless state laws or contracts say otherwise. Let's unpack the main categories. Health insurance, the ACA threshold. The Affordable Care Act, ACA, is the main federal law governing health benefits. It requires large employers, those with 50 or more full-time employees, to offer affordable health insurance to workers who average at least 30 hours per week. That means, if you consistently work 30-plus hours, your employer must offer health coverage. If you drop below 30, the legal obligation disappears, unless the employer voluntarily extends coverage. Employers cannot misclassify you to dodge the ACA. Hours are based on actual work history. Example, a grocery worker averages 32 hours a week. Even if management calls her part-time, under the ACA, she's entitled to employer health insurance. Retirement plans, protections under ERISA. The Employee Retirement Income Security Act, ERISA, governs pensions and 401k plans. Employers are not required to offer retirement plans, but if they do, part-time workers often have a right to participate. Recent updates expand access. Since 2021, long-term part-time employees working at least 500 hours per year for 3 consecutive years must be allowed to join 401k plans. Vesting schedules apply equally to part-time and full-time employees. Employers cannot exclude part-time workers entirely once thresholds are met. Example: a part-time retail worker averages 12 hours per week. After 3 years, she qualifies to contribute to her employer's 401k. Family and medical leave. Limits of the FMLA. The Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA, provides up to 12 weeks of unpaid, job-protected leave for eligible workers. But eligibility requires 12 months of employment, at least 1,250 hours worked in the past year, and the employer has 50-plus workers. For many part-timers, hitting 1,250 hours is tough. That's about 24 hours a week for 52 weeks. If you fall short, you may not qualify. Example: a part-time cashier working 20 hours a week for a year totals about 1,040 hours. Short of the FMLA requirement. She may not be entitled to federal family leave, though state law could still apply. Unemployment insurance. Unemployment benefits are run by states, not federal law. Part-time workers can qualify if they meet minimum earnings thresholds set by state law. Some states allow partial unemployment if hours are cut. Others disqualify workers who don't seek full-time work. Example: in California, a part-time worker whose hours are reduced from 30 to 10 may qualify for partial unemployment benefits. In Texas, stricter rules may limit eligibility. Workers' compensation and safety rights. Workers' compensation coverage applies regardless of hours. If you're injured on the job, part-time or full-time, you're covered. Similarly, OSHA safety rules apply to all employees. Example: a part-time delivery driver injured while working still has the right to medical care and wage replacement through workers' comp, paid sick leave, and state laws. Many states and cities now require paid sick leave for part-time employees. Rules vary. California: all employees who work at least 30 days in a year accrue paid sick leave. New York: employers with 5+ workers must provide paid sick leave, part-timers included. Massachusetts requires up to 40 hours of earned sick time annually for all workers. Example: a part-time coffee shop barista in New York earns sick leave hours just like a full-time coworker. Other common benefits. Beyond what's legally required, employers often control other benefits. Vacation and paid time off. PTO. Not required by federal law, but many companies offer prorated PTO to part-timers. Dental and vision insurance, typically offered at employer discretion. Life and disability insurance, often limited to full-time workers unless state laws require parity. Because these benefits aren't mandated federally, part-time workers often rely on state protections or company generosity. Discrimination and equal treatment. Employers cannot deny benefits in a discriminatory way. Laws like Title VII, the ADA, and the ADEA protect against unequal treatment based on race, sex, disability, or age. But treating part-timers differently from full-timers is generally legal, as long as the distinction is based on hours, not protected categories. Example: denying health insurance to part-timers is legal. Denying it only to part-time women while offering it to part-time men would violate Title VII. Real-world cases. Case 1. A New York employer refused to grant paid sick leave to part-timers. The State Labor Board ruled all workers were entitled under state law. Case 2. A retail chain misclassified workers as part-time to deny ACA health coverage. Investigators found they averaged over 30 hours. The company paid fines and offered benefits. Case 3. A school district excluded long-term part-time staff from its pension plan. After ERISA updates, they were required to allow participation. Case 4. A California restaurant worker injured on the job received workers' compensation despite being part-time. The employer initially resisted but was forced to comply. What workers can do if you're part-time and unsure of benefits. 1. Check your hours. Track weekly averages. Under the ACA, 30 hours or more triggers health insurance rights. 2. Review state laws. Sick leave, family leave, and unemployment vary widely. 3. Examine company policies. Handbooks often define eligibility for PTO, retirement, and insurance. 4. Don't accept misclassification. If you're consistently full-time hours but labeled part-time, you may have claims under the ACA or wage laws. 5. File complaints. Contact the U.S. Department of Labor or state labor agencies if benefits are denied unlawfully. Example: a grocery worker averaging 33 hours weekly but called part-time files a complaint. The Department of Labor orders the company to provide ACA health coverage. The bigger picture: part-time work has grown in the modern economy, from students juggling jobs to parents balancing childcare. But benefits often lag. The ACA ensures health care for many. ERISA opens retirement plans, and states push paid sick leave. Yet huge gaps remain. Many part-timers still lack paid vacation, parental leave, or retirement contributions. Employers sometimes use part-time classification to save money, but laws exist to prevent outright abuse. Workers who know their rights can push back, ensuring that fewer hours don't mean zero protections. So, do you still get benefits if you work part-time? The answer is sometimes. Health insurance under the ACA applies if you average 30-plus hours. Retirement rights under ERISA kick in after long-term service. Workers' compensation, OSHA. Protections and anti-discrimination laws apply no matter your hours. State laws often guarantee sick leave or extra rights for part-timers. The bottom line, fewer hours don't erase your rights. Always check federal law, state law, and company policies. And if benefits are wrongly denied, document, complain, and enforce your protections. If this video helped clarify things, share it with coworkers. Knowledge is power, and even part-time workers deserve full respect for the work they do.